What's up, guys? I hope you're having a good day. Got another video for you today. Just wanted to show you this collection I bought, and it's not a collection to flip or anything like that. It's just for to keep it, and it's not cards. So I bought a photograph collection from a guy named Dick Molinari, and he had a press pass for a few years in the mid '80s. So a lot of this is spring training, and pretty much from 1984 to 1987, kind of in that time range. And as you probably know, I enjoy collecting stuff of that era, of the guys that I watched and all of that kind of thing, more than, you know, vintage or even the guys that play now, even though I still enjoy watching baseball and following, you know, what happens now. But definitely my collecting focus is 80s and 90s guys, kind of starting with this era. And it's Yankee and Met heavy because of the spring training he was at, which is really cool for some awesome players that I like, and folks like Mookie Chilson and Greg and Keith Lonely Basement, people like that. I'll probably be making some copies and sending some of these along, just because it's got some players that they would enjoy. But super cool. A lot of these are copies. He made up to 3 copies of these. The thing is, he's turning like 80 years old, and he's starting to just let go of all of his stuff. So he has no desire to hang on to a lot of things anymore. So he's not making more copies of these. But I do have several originals, which we will get at the end, and some really cool stuff. So stuff like this, Cal Ripken, it's fuzzy. So he would throw in something like this for free, that kind of thing, and not charge me anything. So there is some stuff like that, which is cool of him just to kind of toss it in there. Still my guy. Here is an interview of Keith Hernandez, and of course all these would have been during spring training, and he was just there taking pictures, which is super cool that I ended up with these things. But there's another view of him being interviewed. Just kind of cool. Just a snapshot in time looking at these guys. Inconceivable. No. But just that snapshot in time, just, man, I love this era and everything about it. Here's one that didn't come out too good, but it's a super cool shot. You got the kid signing some autographs. Really cool. It's kind of faded and, you know, overexposed, so it's not great, but the late great Gary Carter. Here's another cool one of Hernandez just warming up there by the batting cages. Super cool. Maybe Mookie can tell us who's in the cage there. I don't have an eagle eye enough. And one of my favorite guys of all time, Darryl Strawberry. There he is standing there. Love the straw. Speaking of, another cool one by the dugout there. Really cool. Another close-up, little sunny in the shot, but him getting interviewed there. I love this kind of stuff. Cool one of him kind of got the bat up. That's a neat shot. So it's not as sharp as an original, but that one's pretty decent. Just a neat looking shot of Darryl. Then we get Dwight Gooden. Very cool. And you can see you got the straw in the background there. Super cool stuff. Number 1 himself. Kind of a neat shot. I mean, the color's not great and stuff, but just kind of neat there. I just love this kind of stuff. I really do. Here's where we start getting into Donnie Baseball. The non-mustachioed, super young, 84-85 style Don Mattingly, before he grew out the famous stash. And here's another one of very young Mattingly in the dugout. So here's our guy. Here's our guy, Dick Molinari, right here. He wrote me a note on the back. But way back when, he was sitting in the dugout with Don Mattingly. Who knew what Mattingly would become at that point? But super cool. So that's the guy that I bought the photos from, Mr. Molinari himself. This another one with Donnie Baseball, super young in the dugout, and this is Pete Shelby. So that was the clubhouse manager all the way back to Babe Ruth. Super, super cool. So Donnie Baseball there with Pete Shelby, the clubhouse legend. Here's another one with the non-mustachioed. It is a copy, but it's a really good one. Really cool profile. Donnie Baseball himself. I love that shot. Got the background all kind of faded. I think that is just a gorgeous picture. A couple more here with the mustache. So this was in later year. This was 85, 86, somewhere in there. Him standing over there by first base. He's about to throw it there. Once again, these are copies. Some of them aren't the greatest clarity, but you know, no one else, or maybe a couple other people on the planet have these, so I feel honored just to have them. Donnie's stretching out there on the field. Carrying his bag. Kind of a cool candid shot there. Of course, full mustache in effect. Pretty awesome. Shout out to BK on that one. He's got a serious stash. This one, the late great Ricky Henderson. Ricky with the Yankees, looking like Ricky. Super cool shot. So another one for a copy, actually pretty good looking stuff, man. Just really, really like that. Here's one from the Hall of Fame. Joe D. He snapped a quick shot of Joe D walking by when he was visiting the Hall of Fame. So that's super cool. This is from the Hall of Fame game, 1987 at Cooperstown. This was Yankees and Braves players. And number 20, he says, is Bobby Meacham. Can't see a whole lot, but it's just a beautiful shot. These are starting the originals. So that's an original. I love the bunting. You got Meacham right there, but super cool stuff. This one is Mercer, but I swear he looks just like Broadway Joe. Isn't that crazy? He's doing his Broadway Joe impersonation there, but super cool candid shot. These guys leaving the facility. This one's of Smalley. Another kind of candid shot there. This one's Rio and Cerrone stopping to sign some autographs for some folks. Cool Yankee hat there. But that's awesome. You got Phil Niekro. Kind of cool. Actually got one of the Niekro brothers, Phil and Joe. Interesting, he's wearing number 42. Can't do that anymore. But that's an original. With the Niekros. Then we got some, one of my favorite players ever, Dave Winfield. These are a couple of ones where he was moving by, so a little bit fuzzy, but that's pretty decent right there. Looking right at him. was a mountain of a man, dude. But yeah, he was awesome. But speaking of Winfield, and I did put some of these better ones so far in some holders, but this is an original that's fantastic. And this is at Cooperstown in '87 as well. Check that shot of Dave Winfield. That is awesome. Got the shades on. Super, super cool. So that's a 1987 Cooperstown shot. Really, really neat. He's starting to get some real good stuff here. This shot I just love, just by itself. It's just, you know, even if it's generic, it's just a beautiful shot. Kind of a sepia tone. Guy in the batting cages, it just screams baseball to me. That is super, super cool. That is Steve Kemp. That is Steve Kemp in the batting cage. Here is none other than Whitey Ford. I don't know if that's Steinbrenner sneaking around back there or not, but looks kind of like his dome. But that is an elder Whitey Ford, and that's an original. This is a beautiful original of Guidry. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous photo. Getting interviewed there. Love it. A couple of shots of one of my favorite all-time baseball people, period. Yogi. That's really cool. That's really cool. But this one's even a better shot, a clearer shot. Sitting here talking to somebody in the dugout. Yogi Berra himself. Beautiful stuff. I love this kind of stuff. I know it's not cards, but it's wonderful, and it's baseball history, and you don't see this stuff every day. This guy's kept this stuff all these years. He's 80 years old. Just finally releasing some stuff. I was lucky enough to be there. Tom Seaver with the White Sox. Super cool. Shout out to Sammy Thunder. Super cool photo there. Here's one, 1989, signing some stuff at a show. Michael Jack Schmidt. So he looked up for a second, got a shot while he was getting something autographed. Super cool. Speaking of autographs, this is a card show in New Jersey. Shout out to Mookie Chilson. So Ted Williams, Teddy Ballgame signing, and this is our guy. That's Mr. Molinari right there. So he had someone take a picture of him and Ted, and now I have it. Another one of Ted. I'm sure you guys that have been around will recognize this picture, but they used to have all the 500 home run club guys sign that. And if you have a near complete one, it's a great item. But yeah, like all the living guys would sign it. Super cool. So that's Teddy Ballgame. Now we're getting into some insane originals right here. This is a great shot. Being interviewed, Ricky Henderson. That's an original. So that's one of a kind right there. Just a beautiful shot. Rest in peace, Ricky. Here's my favorite one in the whole stack. Of course, you know I love Donnie Baseball. That's an original. Check that out. I need to make like a baseball card out of this thing. That is just gorgeous. The non-mustachioed, super young Donnie Baseball himself. Just awesome stuff. This one, you got my guys, Pudge Rodriguez and Juan Gonzalez. Super cool shot there. I'm not sure who's peering over his shoulder there, but those are the guys that I took a photo in that bus that time, so that's pretty awesome. Here is the man, Nolan Ryan. That might be Tom House there with him. A couple other guys talking, but right in the center there, that is an original photo of Nolan Ryan in uniform. So really cool to have him in uniform there. A couple of them out of uniform. This is also an original. This one has some damage up here, but you can see that 1990 Donruss. Someone wants to get that signed. A bunch of other people trying to get stuff signed. Super cool. Nolan Ryan, original. One last Ryan. I don't know why this other guy doesn't have a shirt on, but you got Nolan with the towel. Getting stopped to sign something. But that's super cool. Candid shot there. Nolan Ryan, original photograph. We are moving on here to some insanely cool stuff. This is one of the awesome shots. This is a original Dwight Gooden. Beautiful shot of him kind of stretching out there in the dugout. Love that. Love that picture. This is probably objectively the best photo in the whole thing. Absolutely love this. Dwight Gooden. Check that out. He's got the program there with Marlboro in the back. The bat rack. You got Stottlemyre back there. Really, really awesome shot. I just love this, and I love that he ended up getting the original of this. The first one I got from him was a copy. This is an original. Just a beautiful, beautiful picture. And Mookie says that's Bobby Valentine there. So that is super cool. Love, love, love that. This one, my guy, other than Ryan, my other guy, Cal Ripken Jr. Really cool shot of him sitting over there in front of these trees. So awesome. Dick said that there was no one else over there. And he said, so there's not another shot like this except for the one he took. That is a super cool candid shot of Cal. And that is an original. Couple of old school originals here. Oscar Gamble and Willie Randolph. These are the old rounded corner type of photos. Now Gamble didn't have the crazy hair in this picture, but you could kind of see it sticking out there, but wasn't totally crazy at this point. And then Randolph, that's a great shot. I haven't got all these in holders yet, but super cool shot there. I love this kind of stuff, guys. This is baseball history. I love cards too, but man, this is one heck of a cool collection, and I'm so glad I got it. Now, I've showed this one before. This was not from him. This was my favorite Type 1 photo. Cal Ripken in the batting cages. Well, here's another one at the same batting session, but different angle, different time, different exposure, but super cool. Two original photos, the rounded corner style of Cal in the cages. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff. Really glad to add that one to this other one that I already loved. And then we got some interesting last thing here. Those are some of the best photos, but there's an interesting story here. There's a famous photo of Don Mattingly and Keith Hernandez. Just they're playing hand over hand on a bat, like you would decide something. And this is a photo of an autographed copy of that. So that is a famous photo that people get signed, and it's really, really cool. Just two guys in the dugout playing hand over hand there. And then there's another similar picture that the New York Newsday did in '85 in April, kind of at the beginning of the season. Of course, this was taken in spring training. See you in October. Don Mattingly and Keith Hernandez hope to meet in the series. But this was just a picture of an autograph version of that. But it's a famous exchange. This photo you see all the time. That one is on that magazine. But it just so happened Mr. Molinari was there at that event, which is so cool. And he has his own pictures of it. So he took this picture while that was going on. You can see he's looking, or they're both looking to where the camera that took that other shot is, because they're doing the magazine photo shoot there. So that one's taken from that angle, and he was taking this from a completely different angle. And they had swapped places. So they probably did all kinds of different photos, swapping places, doing hand over hand, just to try to get the shot that they wanted for the magazine. But this is super cool. Now these are copies, but super cool that he was there at the time. And I immediately, I didn't even talk to Dick about this. It just, as soon as I saw these, I knew when they were taken. And I went and pulled this other photo so I could show you guys. But that was taken at the exact same time as that famous photo. And this one was not one from Mr. Molinari, but I have another original. And it is gorgeous. And it is this one. So Donnie Baseball, checking out his palm there. Look, I don't know if he got pine tar on there or what he's looking at, but it is hilarious. It cracks me up. Just trying to get into his mind. You know, what is Donnie Baseball thinking right there? But that's it. So that is another type 1 type of photo from this famous exchange. And that is from when they were flipped around the other way. So super cool. Just wanted to share these. I know it's not baseball cards, but this may be some of my favorite stuff. Just one-of-a-kind or near one-of-a-kind items from a guy that took these photos all those years ago, turning 80, just letting loose of some of his stuff. And I get to take some of it and curate it for a while. But yeah, I'll probably make some copies and send it to guys that would appreciate this stuff too. But just amazing. I love this stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you for all your subs and likes and comments. It's all just wonderful. It's a great, great community. But I wanted to share this today, and just I know some of you guys that enjoy this kind of stuff and enjoy this era would appreciate this. So that's what I did. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Until next time, see you.